Okay, I'm back. So on this one, we now have to find an image for this event. And right here, it tells you what the ideal image size is. So 2160 by 1080. So to get my image, I go to Canva and I create my own design, um, create, and I use custom dimensions, and it said 2160 and 1080 to create the design. So I will, for my image, I'm going to use the same image that I used last year, which is this guy right here. If I can get to it. It's a video, up there it is. Oh no, this is the one I actually used. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to go back to Canva and I'm going to paste it. And so last year I used Eventbrite, and I used Evite, and I can show you what it looked like. Bear with me, I had opened it earlier, but I closed it. So this is what the image looked like. So I'm going to basically recreate it in Canva. I'm not going to do that right now, but you get the idea of what it looks like and you can see how I used it in Canva. So just for the purposes of the video, I'm going to download this to my computer. So that I can upload it in Eventbrite. And then that way, you know, your picture won't be distorted, too big, too small, squished, or make, you know, people look taller or fatter than they are in the image. So that's that. For the description, I am also going to, oh, I did have it up already. Sorry, I'm going to go here and use the same description or a similar description as I used in my first event. I like to include a lot of details in my event description because, you know, I don't want anyone to ever have to wonder, like, how do I contact Monique? Where was this again? You know, what's it gonna be? So obviously, you know, I want it all in one place. So I'm gonna make some changes, like it's gonna be National Ice Cream Day. You know, we'll keep that, change the time. Location is the same. Everybody must RSVP, space is limited. And I use those two things so that what that does is it lets you know how many people to expect. And then it lets you put a cap on how many people you will serve. So if people, let's say you limited an event to 25 people, but then you get a lot of RSVPs. Well, then you can go back to your budget and say, hey, can we afford to add more people? How many? Or if you, in my case, I had 2 sponsors, and I can say, hey, are you guys willing to throw in an extra $50 so that we can get 25 more people? And if they say yes, then we can like let people in off of the waiting list. This one has a charity that we donate to. This year, probably going to collect toothpaste and toothbrushes. It's a homeless charity. Those are easy things to collect. And also, I want to be in a deeper relationship with this charity, so I'm going to keep doing something with them. There is another charity I like, and I'll do an event for them at a later date and time. So then I share about the charity. I put our sponsors, so this is a place where our sponsors can get advertising or marketing. And then there's just this quote that I really like, because I do want to be, known as the most generous agent in Hampton Roads. So at that point, you can put save and continue, or you can add another text box, another image, or another video. In here, what I would say you can do is you can use this, like if you add an image, you can add one for your sponsors. So I didn't use this last year. So if Chris and Robert were my sponsors again, I would have a little like image that says like Atlantic Bay, Chris Rice. And then I would have another one that says American Dream Home Inspections, Robert Smith. And I would have one, of course, with my real estate information. And it would say like sponsors, or I could have one picture, one image that has all the sponsors listed. So that's one area and one thing you can do to provide value to your sponsors. I didn't fill something out correctly. Oh, you do have to have a summary. I will use something like this for my summary. Keep it simple, keep it sweet. Save. And then you have tickets. So I want to use this as an RSVP. So we're going to put free, and then we're going to say yes. And my max will say is 100. It's free, and they can start RSVPing immediately. I like that. And then, yeah, so then you have advanced settings that you can look at. You can decide, you can put a description. You put like, RSVP yes, like that, or you can leave it blank. You can put tickets per order, minimum, maximum. If you do a maximum, there's going to be a spot where you can collect every single person's name that will be attending and need a ticket. But yeah, so you really don't need to use the advance right now. The only thing is like if you want to limit how many per order. So save. And I'm actually going to edit that and put, so that people don't think it's like a ticket, then I want them to see like RSVP yes. And then I'm going to create another one that says RSVP no. And that can be 1,000. It can be as many as you want for me. So start date, end date, same. Oops. And you might want to change the end date. I did let people RSVP up until the day of because I still had capacity. But if you want to change it for your event because you need an exact head count, you can change the end date there. See where it says general admission? I don't want that, so we're fixing that. And we're going to put RSVP no. And then because this is an RSVP, I am going to put an RSVP maybe. And the reason I include maybe instead of a yes or a no is because then I can give these people a call to check in with them as the day approaches. Why isn't that saving? Maybe. Okay, so right now we can publish our event. I am not going to publish my event just because it's not ready, and there's some other settings. So you will have a dashboard, maybe not, there it goes. So on this dashboard, it'll tell you how many people viewed, how many invites sold, kind of thing, tickets sold. And then there's attendee summary, custom questions, which we'll get to, recent orders, traffic. So there's some information. Then right here, you can change what it says. So you can change that. So say, oh, here's the one. I like to change this because you don't want all those numbers. So I will put like milk shake 2020. And it just, sorry, that is not it. My bad. No, I just want to go. Oh, so I guess this is for the event. That is not what I intended, but we're going to go with it and see what happens. But anyways, you know that you can, oh yeah, the event URL, this is fine. Because you see up here, that's still my regular one. So we're good. So you can change that if you like. You can put your name in it. You can put anything really, I guess. If you want to brand it. I know some people, if your name is really long, your brand name, your company name, then maybe you don't. Or your community name, but you have options there is my point. So that now I can copy and paste this and put it in the email later. So let's get into order options. There is an order form that you can use, and I like to use this for a couple reasons. So you're going to collect information from each attendee. You know, so if it's a mom with kids, then it's a kid. And then we're going to collect information on all these people. And the information we're going to collect, name, address, phone number, kind of stuff, right? So we want to include prefixes because some people, just in case, you might not know if they're a man or a woman. You want to get their email address. I like to put cell phone. They can give a home phone. I don't care, but I prefer a cell phone. I collect the home address because, you know, if I ever want to send an invitation. So we have their email, their phone address, their phone, and their mailing address. And that's what we really, really want. And then I like to add custom questions. And here you can say different things, right? So you can say, the number of kids attending. So anyway, so when I go back, so there's a couple things, right? Is that where I just came from, I put all the attendees, and I'm going to change that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say how many adults, right? And so that they can type that in. And you can show this question on specific tickets. So I only want to show it on the yes. Because if they're not coming, I don't need to know how many adults, and I'm not going to need to know how many children. And then if they're a maybe, I probably should know just in case. And I'm going to click show the attendee answer to this question on the order confirmation ticket. And this kind of becomes helpful if you want to check what they wrote later, and you can just search it in your email. So how many adults? And then we're going to add how many children. And depending on your event, you might have other questions. If you're doing a pie event, you might want to say, what pie do you want? Apple, pumpkin, or cherry? I add cherry because I love cherry, and last year my team didn't give out cherry. So yes and maybe, and show that. And so really any questions you want to ask, like you could even, depending on how you feel about things, you could even say like, if you're a real estate agent, you're like, are you a homeowner or are you a renter? You could do that, but you plan on doing that with your door price entry form. So it really just depends on your event. So that's it for that. You can activate group registration depending on what you want to do. You can sell additional items if that's something you're interested in. You can change the title for your registration page. Oh, and instructions for attendees. Now that's something I might come back to. I have never used it, but I'm curious about it because I like to give people, I want to direct people to talk to my sponsors. So when they came to my event last year, I sent an email like the morning of that says, hey, we can't wait to see you. When you get there, make sure you sign in at the registration table with Chris Rice from Atlantic Bay, and then drop off your donation with Robert Smith. Smile for Lainey, our photographer, and then come find me to get your milkshake ticket. You can call it a golden ticket, token, whatever. But if I can put that in there ahead of time, that would be great because I have that. And then so you can put a message here that displays after ticket sales. So I will probably take advantage of that. Allow attendees to edit. So if they want to change the number of people, they can. This is free, so there is no refunds, but you can leave it open. Maybe people want to cancel, I don't know. So you can leave that open. So that is saved. The order confirmation. So you can, put a custom message there. You can customize the email that goes out. Those are all things that I haven't done, but I might take advantage of it this time. Because each time is an opportunity to put your sponsors in front of them, put your charity in front of them, put the event in front of them, to let them know how grateful you are for their assistance. Then you have event type and language. Oh, so this is new to me. So a ticketed event or a registration event? I like a registration event. So I like that language, register. I wish we had like RSVP. That would be cool. But buy ticket information, that doesn't sound good. It's like you're selling. So I like this. That's new for me. And then there's the wait list. And I highly recommend that you enable it. And so the wait list gets triggered when I have my yeses sell out. Because my maybes, they can go as high as they want. However, if they don't change to yes by the time it sells out, they might be out of luck. And I'm gonna leave it at 0 for unlimited. And I'm gonna say they gotta put all of these are required if they want to be on the list. Then you can put a message for what you want them to receive. Not receive, but the information that you want to go out. And of course, it's another opportunity to put, share like your sponsors, your intent, your business with them, as well as the event. You don't want to be obnoxious remember, you can put it in here 100 times, but everyone's not getting 100 emails. So we're dead on that. Then there's invite and promote. You can add it to Facebook on your business page if you want to, but it then becomes public. I have done that with some things. I don't pay for social ads. You can do, once you make your event go live, you can do email invitations and they'll let you upload your CSV spreadsheet, and within first, last name, and email address, you can put discount codes. Like, let's say you had an event and you want it paid, right? And then you're like, the event is technically free, but you want there to be perceived value. So you can say like, oh, contact me, to get a code, or text me to get a code for a free ticket. And then that way, or you can say contact one of our sponsors for a free ticket. Depends on the type of event you're doing. My team leader does this. We host lunch and learns, and they're $25 a piece. But then she'll give people who actively invite other people to the lunch and learn a code, and then that code will give the invitee like 50% off or something like that. So that's a very cool feature. Or if you have many people inviting to an event, you can create a code for each person. Website integration, I don't know anything about that. Tracking links, I don't use that. Affiliate programs, I'm not doing anything with that either. Analyze, this is going to be after your event. Manage attendees, this is going to be once you start getting attendees. The guest list, same thing. The check-in, it'll let you print out a list for your registration table, which is fun. It makes it super easy. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now all I have to do is save that to get out of the screen, and then I can publish it or schedule to publish. I'm not going to publish it now because my image isn't complete, my content isn't updated, but you get the general idea of how to you set up an Eventbrite event. So, and then there's recurring events. I haven't used that yet, but I have a friend who did, and it worked out well for her. So something to think about. And that's it. And I will talk to you guys later. If you have any questions, feel free to call, text me. My cell is 202-422-6620. You'll be good to go.